Now it's recording. So where did you do with all the trays before you had an oven? Like how did you boil them all? Or
Burners.
you had burners in that room?
I had burners. Yeah,
Oh
like portable burners. I've been using portable burners the entire time I've been dyeing.
Did that free up a bunch of counter space for you then?
Not really, because there are certain techniques that will still need burners and certain techniques that will use the oven.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
I'm so excited because I think it's going to be a game changer for me as far as work hours and how much I get done. It's a game changer.
And when you have big parties like Thanksgiving, you can just put the stuff in your oven there.
I wish I would love one of these as an oven, but you can't because I'm going to be using dyes in it.
I wondered that.
Yeah, I don't think you could. Anyways.
That's exciting. So that's what got delivered over into your pit of despair or whatever. I love that.
The truck that came down, oh my gosh. I just gave him money.
What a nice guy. He
Such
knows.
a nice guy. I was so grateful for him.
Well, good. Well, welcome everyone. We started chit-chatting before we welcomed you all. This is what episode, I should have my notes in front of me. 22. And today is May 14th. Oh my goodness.
May 14th. We're midway through May. It is going to be the 4th of July tomorrow.
I haven't even started. Well, we'll talk about 4th of July.
Yeah.
Stitching.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Okay, first let's say our names and then I'll ask you the question.
Oh my gosh. I'm Rachel, Treehouse Fiber Arts.
I'm Sue, Knit24. And thank you for all of you who have joined me. I feel like joined us over on our Knit24 Periscope. Morning meetings are amazing and they're just getting better and better. And
that's on Instagram. It's called Knit24 Periscope. So if you go to that page, you can join there. You follow.
Ask to follow, and then I confirm you in. We've had stitchers joining us. The hard part is I feel bad this week. I haven't showed any stitching because we were tossing this week, and it's killing me that we haven't talked. It's killing me. Like every day I want to go, okay, let's FaceTime today. I'm like, no, then it won't be fresh. So
the last time we really talked was the unboxing.
The unboxing, which was amazing, amazing. It was such a fun video to make. I feel like our true personalities came through. Not that
the dog on my shoulder, and you called and you're like, it's here. So I was like, get the camera out.
I feel like who we are here is who we are, but that was just the excitement of like truly, it was a true unboxing. I hadn't even done anything to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very raw and uncut and unfiltered. And we did have our most, not that I'm looking, but we had our most dislikes or whatever that's called.
Dislikes? There were dislikes?
I think they were thinking we weren't fresh enough. I don't know.
See, and I'm terrible. I try to go back and look at comments, but I don't get there a lot. And I never think to look at dislikes because I just.
Well, we did that raw, uncut video for people who we knew would be excited to see something like that. Right? And there were a lot of you.
Like it. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Honestly, I felt like I was waiting for something to be birthed.
Well, we were.
You held up the piece of cardboard, and I'm like, "What's that?"
I thought I had so much fun doing it, and then I thought it was hysterically funny. I just don't know what people couldn't like about it.
I don't either.
You don't have to like it.
Do you have Franny with you right now?
No, she's in the other room.
Okay, so I'll insert some pictures while we're chatting.
Yeah, I figured everyone had watched it because it looked like a lot of people watched it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, a lot of people. It was kind of a funny 20-minute goofball video. We had quite a few.
And you will see it plenty here because I cannot. Okay, I'm still at the looking at her stage. I'm still just looking. I haven't even plugged her in. But what? I know.
You're busy.
That's most of the problem is I'm busy. A part of the problem is, and I know people are going to be like, don't be afraid. Like, I get it, but I'm definitely at the little bit of a like, whoa, look at her over there. She's so pretty. I don't know what to do with her. Even though I do, it's just the newness of anything takes me a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like before I started
Yeah.
dyeing yarn, it sat under my desk for 6 months looking at it like
Yeah.
raw yarn.
I kind of do the same thing because I'm thinking, you know, the first time I sit down with it, I want to have time. I want to
Yes.
be able to have time to figure out how to like thread the bobbin and
Mhm.
yeah, or I want, yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you inspired me. Should we start there? So today's episode, we've got some featherweight talk. Obviously, we're going to do some stitching talk because we both have some things.
I have a finished object.
I have a fully finished object too.
Darn it. I'm so happy for you.
It's terrible. I have a lot of hopes and dreams to share too.
Same.
Okay, so that's where we're at. So if you don't like featherweight talk, just fast forward.
Fast forward.
But
how can you not like featherweight talk? Even if you're not a sewer, they're so amazing. They're such an amazing piece of equipment.
Ever since you got yours, I've been researching nonstop, reading and checking out eBay, and I might have done something over the weekend, and it just arrived. Was this only yesterday? Yes, it just arrived yesterday, last night.
Can I tell you, nothing makes me happier, because part of the joy for me is like having it to share with someone, right? It's like the process, the whole thing. And okay, just do it.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll talk.
So
I was so excited.
After Sue got hers, I'm like, I gotta learn more about this amazing machine. And these featherweights were created in I think 1933 was the earliest one. Pre-war and post-war. During World War II, I think 1942 through 44 were the only years they didn't produce because they had to give all their metal to World War II efforts. So that, I mean, it's just fascinating that these machines, they just don't, I look at my fancy Baby Lock soprano over there, fancy to me, and it's all plastic. And I mean, this is like metal. It is a workhorse. And let's see if I can unveil. So what happened is I was on eBay and I was watching. Okay, and I was watching all these bidding, and I was at a volleyball tournament, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to hit bid on this one. And then I lost. And then I was like, ooh, you know, you're losing. And I did that for like 3 of them. After I did the research and knew that you have to make sure they have an original bobbin, or a bobbin that works, because there's some that are made in China that don't work well with the machine. You want to look at the decaling if it's still good. You want to look and make sure the bobbin winder is attached to it correctly. I mean, I was like, really.
Well, can I interject here?
Yeah.
This is why the machine that you bought, like, you can feel so comfortable, because you know how to buy.
Yes.
And what to look for. That is why I didn't go that route, because all of that makes no sense to me and hurts my brain.
Yeah.
So that is so exciting that you have the ability to do that and end up with something fantastic.
Yes.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yes. So is this boring, or should I go right?
No, I can't. I'm literally on the edge of my seat.
So I was seeing what they were going for, and then all of a sudden I see this eBay post that it's make me an offer, and the guy's name is Mouse Man. I'm like,
does that
reliable? Yeah. So I was like, well, it sounded great in the description and the pictures looked spot on. So I emailed him and I said, tell me about the bobbin case. Is it an original Simonko? And he responded back right away with this long email that made me realize that he knows what he's talking about way more than I do with sewing machines. And so I just took a gamble, and the price he was asking for it was what the ones on eBay were bidding up to. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to chance it with Mouse Man. I feel like this Mouse Man, this machine, I think, found me.
Oh, I believe that.
It's a night. Here I go. I'm going to try and get it set up. We're changing cameras.
Oh my gosh, you're so professional.
Well, oh, you see my dirty floor too. Okay, I'm going to go like that.
So exciting. Did you get a case? Oh,
I did get a case, and I've got it plugged in, Sue.
Oh, Rachel, are you dying?
Here, we're going to turn it on.
Oh my gosh, Rachel, she looks beautiful. Now, can I say this too?
And it's
There's
mirror image right now, so I don't know
well,
how to.
there's something also about the black and the authenticity of it
Yeah.
that's so amazing.
Yes. I can see in my lifetime I might want to get one like yours at some point. And there's different types. Like this one is 1938. I really wanted this scroll frame.
Oh, this is Franny's big sister.
Ooh,
Older sister, right?
I shouldn't have pushed. But yeah, it's Franny's older sister, 1938. I think it was, I gotta look back in you can look at the serial number and go to certain websites and I just pressed
Rachel, she looks like she's in perfect condition.
She is. I mean, she has just a little, somebody sewed on it for the last 80 years. So, there's a little tape smudge here that I might work on, but the chrome is just gorgeous on it. I wish I could. Isn't that the coolest faceplate? And I knew to look for ones that had the etching here too, which was kind of fun. And it's got the light bulb. This guy like completely cleaned this up. I mean, it's, you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I got it plugged in. Here we go.
Oh, Rachel. She's perfect.
I know. So I think this is Elsie.
Elsie.
This is Elsie.
My
grandmother.
Love it. Franny and Elsie.
Yeah.
They're sisters, sorry.
I was going to do Emma, my great-grandmother, but I decided on Elsie because this just reminds me more of Elsie. I don't know why.
Perfect. Okay, so the fact that now you are working on the same kind of machine during our Guest Room QalSalPal now, whatever it is, makes me even happier because it felt different that you weren't going to be working on the same kind of machine. Is that totally weird?
It's totally weird.
Not
at all.
I just love that it's the same experience for both of us.
I know. Oh. Yep. So yeah, 1938. I have to look back at the serial number. I forget her birthday.
Was mine 1948? You told me.
I don't know. Okay, we're going to get clear on this for next time.
Okay, next time.
But I have to show you. So since it's Elsie, I got a bunch of a bunch of old, I pulled out all my wooden spools.
Oh.
You can see my dirty floor there. There. Look at all my wooden spools. I've been getting into the vintage stuff again, but this is silk.
I can show you what I bought, and it has a vintage spool that you can make.
What is that?
It's from Under the Wooden Willow, who I love so much. And she had these on her website last week. It's for my sewing room, which is getting more and more gorgeous as we speak.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, I am totally, I have to look at some of my old stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, these old like Coates and Clark, they were 10 cents, boil fast. I don't know. I love this one.
You have to get a thread rack.
Yeah. Well, right now they're in, Grandma's old cookie tin.
Yep.
Queens.
I love it.
I'll go back to, although maybe I should just have it on Elsie the whole time we're chatting.
No, we need to see you. But Elsie is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's just, when you started talking about you were looking, I was like, my dream is going to come true. She's going to get one. She's going to get one. Well, and then you got one within a week.
I bought it on Mother's Day.
Oh.
Because I was sitting there and Brian was kind of watching me with the purchase and he's like, why don't you get one? And I was like, well, I don't know. I just got a new sewing machine, but this is an antique kind of fun thing. And the price was right. And Brian's like, just get it. So sometimes I don't listen to him, but sometimes I do.
Well, and it cracks me up because when you're telling me, when you were like, yeah, Brian said it was a go, even though like we all know Brian didn't need to say it was a go.
No.
But then I was like, okay, so since Brian's on a roll, ask him if you can move to Connecticut.
He was like,
no.
Maybe not this week. Let's start with the featherweight.
Isn't that enough?
I know.
Oh my gosh. Well, it is. I'm so excited. selfishly for me too, because I feel like now we're going to share this experience from start to finish.
And now I see featherweights everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, Erica Arndt on YouTube, who I've followed for a long time, I think she bought her featherweight the same day I did because they came the same day.
Now, this is interesting because I feel like I watched another one of her videos a little while ago because you told me about her. And I feel like she had purchased one.
Maybe she was waiting for it. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe that was it. Maybe she was waiting. But I thought like, oh, that's an old video. And then I looked down and I realized it was a new, because you sent me the link right as I was seeing it. And I was like, oh, I thought that was an older video. So I'm curious. I'm going to watch it. I hope, well, maybe not today.
It's quick and fun. And it's very similar to my experience. This Mouseman guy, he and his wife restore old sewing machines. So the way he packed it was unbelievable. When I took all the packaging off, I could barely fit it in the box. And I didn't have the featherweight in the box. I don't know.
Taken lessons from Paige.
Oh gosh, totally.
Maybe that's where Paige learned her tricks. Maybe she bought something from Mouseman.
This came in the mail too. Oh my gosh.
That came the same day.
Sue, what the heck are you doing to us? This is
I know.
so
What are you?
cool.
I don't have any here. What are you going to make with that?
I don't know. I might have to buy from you a couple of the tonal skeins that you have matching in the sock sets now, because I think it would be a really fun scarf or cowl or those socks. Is that what it's going to look like knit up with this base?
Well, you know, because it's socks, it's a smaller circumference, so it'll be a little different.
Oh my gosh, this is
gorgeous.
This is super, just cool, edgy, fun.
I'm so in love with it. Yeah, here it is in fingering weight where you get like this.
See, I bet I have these colors in my stash too.
I was going to say, you can use a DK weight for the heels, toes, and cuffs if you want to do, or add it with a scarf, whatever you want to do. I'm so glad it got to you.
I think I might do, honestly, I wore so many scarves last year. I love wrapping them around. And I think I might do like a chevron pattern where I'm using a solid color and then this for a while.
That would be gorgeous.
This is just going to be so fun. This is DK weight and it's your glass ceiling Whirl DK. So this base is called Whirl.
Whirl, WHORL. It took me a while. Chelsea and I kept going back and forth with names, and then we landed on Whirl, but we weren't spelling it that way. But that is such a spinner's way to spell it to me.
Oh yeah.
That WHORL. So yeah, that was Wow.
So
you had a great mail week. I had a great mail week. Like, I don't even know, so much.
It was Christmas at your house. I kept saying.
Our garage looks like a shipping bay right now. I have 6 gigantic boxes of minis. 6.
They already came. Oh my gosh.
They came. Cool. They're out there. I had the oven. I have racks. I have storage racks. I have filing racks. Like, we are getting serious here.
Oh.
Yeah.
You wholesale to several stores too.
I do. We don't do it. We are shifting that too, that we are going to do more wholesale. We've got to get on top of that. We've done it in the past. We do a lot, and then it stops and then it goes. So that's another thing. But yeah, we look like a shipping bay. And then the boxes with all the pans for the oven and racks, and oh my gosh, it's crazy out there right now.
Wow, what a change. I mean, you guys have really taken a step forward in your business.
Well, it's time. It's a step forward, but it's also for me, like, I need to work more efficiently because I work too much. And it's because I'm inefficient, right? It's like, so it's all about efficiency right now for me and streamlining everything, because there's too much chatter in my brain when I'm not, and it just sucks the energy out of you. So that's kind of my goal. I'm hoping and praying I can stick with it because it's a game changer, but it truly means one day a week you need to do a clean, an organize, and a start the week fresh. That's my goal, where I just go. I have piles everywhere. And so yeah, it's more that kind of a shift for us. So,
will you be able to do different styles of dyeing with your oven too?
I already do. Like, I do have a lot of different techniques. I think we were talking about this earlier. Most of them will work in the oven, some won't, so I'll still dye on burners, which I have over there on a table. This room is so small for the amount of yarn that comes out of here. So small.
I love it though. It looks so efficient and you're not walking a lot. Like
No, I'm
your
not.
zones are, that's great. I think.
No, I'm not. And I was chatting with a fellow friend of mine who's also a dyer, and you know what? Overhead kills us, and I don't want overhead. It kills any business, right? It's like overhead is just, and if I don't need it, if we don't need it as a business, I'm not going to have it. So it works. We make it work. The only thing that isn't working in this room now, the way it's set up, is the drying racks. That's my biggest issue right now. I mean, they fit, but it's like going like this around them and they get super annoying.
Do you ever think, I mean, can you use an oven for drying?
No, why does everyone think that? Everyone says to me, oh, so will they dry quicker? It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
Isn't that funny? But
you're putting racks of wet yarn in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious if there's a yarn, like a machine, like we dry clothes, but not tumble.
Yeah, I mean, I have a spin dryer I use, but it doesn't dry completely. After you spin them, then you hang them. Yeah. So yeah, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I can make a living doing something I love. And I mean, believe me, there are days that I don't want to work, like today.
Yeah, well, for you, work and play kind of.
They intermix. I know.
And me too. Lately.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. I mean, we're going into our busy season, which is grueling. Again, I'm so grateful for it. I will do it. I'm so grateful that it's even a thing. So yeah. What do you have? Oh, it's completely done.
Well, it is. You know, that clip is on. I have to go get tools if I want to take that clip off. And I just stuck it on there, and for now I'm just gonna live with it. Somebody mentioned putting like a bow or something, but that's just, I don't know if I want to do that.
To me, that I love the simplicity of that. The only thing I worry about with the clip is that it's right on the piece.
It is.
It's because I have a clip, like I have this and I love it so much. I've had it forever sitting on my desk and I love it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to clip directly. Like, I feel like you could get just a tiny little, maybe I don't know what color, mat board and put it on and then clip the mat board.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, thank you. That's a great idea.
Just cut it like a half an inch, quarter of an inch bigger.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it down. That's a great idea.
It's this. I have not gotten to Hobby Lobby. Darn it. I'm going to get that. I have so much I need to
And it's a Hobby Lobby springtime spring shop. So if you've done our punch along, it's 579-3393. It works. I sent a picture to Teresa Kogut. She said, she was so excited and she's going to include it on her Saturdays. You know how people send in pictures of her finished stuff. So I thought, I got to send it.
I just love the fact that it looks like the sheep. I just panicked that we're not recording. Looks like the sheep is in a barn peeking out.
I know.
It's the sweetest.
I know. I love it. I love it. I love it. And
I love the simplicity of it too.
I love it. It was a great beginner one because I've started my second one and it's a little more intense with the flowers. I don't know how it's going to work out. I'll share that with you eventually here. But so you have a finished object.
I have a finished object, and I want to say I even ironed it, but I'm a terrible ironer, so it doesn't look ironed. But I finished it. It looks better than normal.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so cute.
I love it.
Did you see how Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop framed hers?
No.
She framed it in a white frame.
Okay. So
gorgeous.
I have thought of that. And a lot of the stuff in the room that I'm putting it in is white. But I used to work, when I had my frame shop, there was a company called Larson Jewel. I believe they still exist. I'm hoping Paige has their frames. And I want to go with this color in a
yes.
like a taupey. I have a frame upstairs that I'm going to take a picture of, a big framed piece, and I think that's what I want on these. They have some with carving, but not totally. Isn't it so pretty?
It's so pretty, and the dimensions of yours are pretty small, right? I mean, it's hard to tell size in this picture, but it is only like what?
It's probably 8, maybe 6 by 8, but not a standard size because I've measured it. Is it? Oh my gosh! Like looking at it like this, I'm in love with it.
Again, it's one of those I saw when it came out. I was like, oh, that's cute. But in person, and video, I think it's just so cute. Oh, you've got one done. You're so
I finished it. I am obsessed. The only hard part right now is I'm dying to work on quite a few things, but I don't want to put this down because I want to finish. Like I'm so set on this room looking this way.
Me too.
I really am.
And that one, just for people, is the Lori Holt, what's it called? Prim and Proper.
Prim and Proper. Yes. And then, because they go together, I'm going to show you how far I've gotten.
You're so far along. Oh, my gosh.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, I got to get mine out too.
I'm obsessed though, Rachel.
This is the Flea Market Flowers. Lori Holt, another part of our guest hour.
Oh, it is ours.
QalSalPal. I am so behind, but I've been doing it in hand, and I absolutely love doing it in hand. I'm doing it on the bigger count than you. This is going to be big.
Yes.
This is the called for 25 count. That's beautiful. I love working on this stuff.
I love working on it. So now my goal is to go to each block because I left things out, like fillers. I got it all set up for certain things. So now I'm going back to the first row and finishing it up like today. And then I'll do the second row and then I'll go to the third. I would like to have this finished the next time.
And this is no joke. This is a lot of stitching.
There's a lot of stitching.
It's
a lot, but it's also one of those, it's very symmetrical. So once you get one half done, you just like mirror image it.
Yep.
It doesn't require a lot of back and forth and the pattern, like your eyes back and forth. And I literally want to finish this.
Yeah.
Because I want these all going to the framers and then the quilt. So the worst part is when you try to finish something, that's all you work on. I haven't worked on a lot in 2 weeks because I'm really bound and determined to be done.
Yeah. The big one that I worked on this week. Right.
We almost have all the pieces to the big one. I think we only need one more chart.
I really wanted to get some of this done this week. The Lullaby.
Oh, let me see.
This has to be in my entry room. Again, these colors kill me. This green is what makes it, in my humble opinion. But I stitched and stitched and stitched, and I'm only this far.
That's far though, Rachel.
Yeah, this is a big. All I'm doing are big ones, but big. I love this stitch. Has been, look at that tree. The tree is fabulous. So cool. Oh yeah.
And the tree, if I remember right, has long stitches in it, right?
It does, but it's so easy. And I started out making them exactly like she had in the pattern, and then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna have fun with those long stitches down and make it my own.
Oh, I love it, Rachel.
Yeah, I just want to get to your point.
I know, and I am so anxious to get these done because I'm really inspired to be finishing things, and I feel like I'm going to get to that one because I want that one up too.
Yeah.
I am in heaven having framed pieces in my house.
Yeah, it's the love of body.
Okay, so
and I do have
more
kits.
Of those?
Yes, I have a ton, not a ton, but I mean, I've sold a ton of these kits, and I do have several left. So if you're interested, I do have the Love Abide, and I have it in the 36 count that I'm using right now, which is a Zweigart Edinburgh. And I love it so much. It's what's the color? It's in flax. Flax is the color.
Is that what came with mine? That kit is killing me.
Oh, the other kit came.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, that's
killing me.
different.
All I want to do is pick that up. And I might on Sunday because I do feel like I need a little bit of a cleanser.
Yeah. It's fun to get some things started too. We're talking about the Barbara Anna, another one I have to have on my
kit came.
Yeah, and I do have a few more kits of those, and I'm selling them in the 32 and the 36 count. But I'm giving you enough floss if you were to do a 32 count, holding double. So do not fret. But I started that one this week too, and I think I've decided. This is the. I started it, but that's only with one thread.
On 36, that's what
on
I'm
32.
Gonna use. Oh, on 32, because I'm going to use one on 36.
I'm going to use one on 32.
If it's a tight weave, you can absolutely.
I think it looks great.
Fantastic.
How can it look any better? I like that more primitive look that one thread gives you anyway.
Same. So. And I have to say, I feel like you are like my personal shopper. Like when that kit came, like I'm so grateful that like I didn't have to go to the store. I didn't have to pick out fabric. I didn't have to go get my, it just came. It just came. And
I have so much fun pulling those together, like I've said before. And yeah, it's all there for you. And I have other stuff in my shop if you need like those scissors or those threaders. Did you see, who was it? Priscilla held up those scissors this weekend. Priscilla and Chelsea, Real Housewives of Cross Stitch.
I have not.
Those are her favorite too.
Oh, you know why? They are in every one of my project bags because I bought like, I don't know how many from you. And I just love that I don't have to look for scissors. Now I have really good, really expensive scissors.
Yeah.
I don't need them for clipping thread. Yeah. I need them if I'm doing pulled work or cut work. I need them for that. But honestly, I've never tried these. These could work for that too. But the fact that I pick up every one of my bags and I know I have scissors and I don't have to go hunting and
they're covered. Now, they're not going to poke out of your bag or hurt
no,
your project.
And I just love the simplicity of them.
And they stick on a magnet too.
Oh, they do.
They magnetize. Yeah, what I usually do if I'm using a hoop, that pair of scissors is on the back side of my needle minder because that's where I cut. So I'm stitching, and then when I flip it over to cut, I just pull the scissor off. I love that.
Brilliant.
Anyway, yeah, those two are definitely in my shop. I have some Lori Holt kits in my shop, so take a peek. I just keep adding stuff. And if you have an idea of a stitch, you Sue or you out there that you would love to see kitted, let me know.
Don't worry, I'm on that always.
Please let me know. I have some ideas for the future.
Yes,
that I'm working on. But
it's just such a luxury. It's such a luxury to go, I want that and I want everything in it. And now I understand that. Like I was talking about last time I gave my sister a project and I included everything in it. So you didn't have to go, oh, I'm dying to start, but I don't have this.
Yeah.
I love it. All you need is scissors and whatever you need for which you have the gorgeous now 4 inches too.
Yeah, I do. I do have a bunch of those 4-inch hoops.
I need those in every bag.
Yeah. You can. They're not that expensive, which is kind of nice.
It's amazing. What else have you been stitching?
Well, those are my big ones. I think we've covered. I am ready. This is my stitch dream to begin. I cannot wait to start this. I mean, when I see people's version of this, I get goosebumps, I swear. So I've got my yarns already. I'm going to put on the DMC on these. I made little strawberries for myself.
Oh, I love that.
Because there's all these berries in the middle of this. So yeah, I made strawberries. So every time I start a DMC, I'm going to put it on.
Put it on a thing.
But
that's the best way.
Beautiful, beautiful colors. I am going to do mine. Oh, I got to pull out my notes here.
You're going to
make that I love. I'm doing on 36 count light mocha from Zweigert. And I think it's just going to be pretty. Now, Lori Holt's version, she's got it on more of a gray. And, Teresa Kogut has hers on more of a khaki, I think.
Okay, darn it.
So I'm just going to go with a nice light mocha because I had it in my stash.
It makes
And
me want to, I
my
know.
cute little bag.
I
I
love
didn't get the kit, but I got the bags. I love these bags. Can I tell you? I do have some other versions of these bags in my shop, but I love these bags. You can kind of see through them what's in it. I love the mesh, how it feels. I love that you, if you want, you can initial or do whatever you want with stitching on the bag. They stand up. They're inexpensive.
I love that.
Yeah, and I love the little anchor on this
I do
one.
too.
So that's going to hold my Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. And I hope to start that this week.
I got one, and I'm trying to think where it went to. I got to look. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yep.
Oh, shoot. I have
Oh.
no idea what I did with them.
I do have a giveaway too.
What did I do with my new Plum Street patterns?
We found out what the mix-up was. She had my wrong. She was typing in my email address incorrectly.
Oh, but you're getting them.
I can't wait.
I have them. Darn it. What did I do with them? And I want to start one of them. I have no idea what I did with them.
Well, I'll talk about while you're thinking. I have a giveaway.
Talk about it.
I am going to give away my fresh cut. I'm not inspired to stitch on it, and I know some of you will be very inspired, but it's started. So this is something you will get. It's got Rachel started with it, and I've already put it on tags, so you'll have all the pretty colors on some tags. You get the little needle minder that comes with it. I've got the pattern. I did take it to Florida, so it's just a little like, you know, it was in a suitcase kind of thing. And I've already started for you. So it's the ultimate kit.
The ultimate. People will jump up and down for that, Rachel.
This is on, it's a Aida, but it's color and cotton Aida, so it's dyed and it's very soft. I'm not a huge fan of how, and it's very like drapey. It's not your typical hard Aida. And I've got the needle in there as well that came with the kit. So if you're interested in winning this kit, down below, why don't you just have the words fresh cut?
Fresh cut. I love it. I think
cut.
you're gonna love it.
And I'm sending it the bag. It's all going to be in the bag. So you get the bag that came with it. This was a Stitch Quarterly from Fat Quarter Shop. And it's Cosmo thread. It's not DMC. So if you wanted to try Cosmo, now's your chance to.
Oh, that is so fun. I can't believe I can't find this. I'm so mad at myself right now.
So the Plum Streets. Yes. We got lucky because Michelle Loves Goats. Sue and I are both patrons on her Patreon. And she offered at her Midwest Stitchers Retreat. Well, she found them. Yay.
I found them.
Paulette Stewart was there, and she let us buy some special new stuff that's coming out.
And you know, I feel like I've seen on Instagram that they are being released.
Yeah, we're just getting them a month early or something.
Oh, okay. So this is part of the series.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one, but the one that I started, that we both started, and I love.
New Constellation.
New Constellation. Dying to work on that. Dying to work on it. But I really want to. This is the one that I want kitted up.
Yes, that is so cute. What's it called? Flag Flock.
I love it so much. I have a feeling it's bigger than I think. Hold on, let's look.
Maybe I should kit up a Plum Street.
Oh, yeah. 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 The thing with Plum Street that I find is there's a lot of different colorways in it, like a combination.
So it would be good. It would fill a good need because it's hard to.
Yeah,
I don't want to just have stuff that's easy for me to get if it's easy for everyone to get.
But it's Weeks Dye Works, which I think you can get.
I can get Weeks. Yeah.
Let's see what the stitch count is. Why isn't it telling me? Blah, 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 blah. You would think it would give you the stitch count, right?
What's
right there? 75 by 129. 75 divided by. I like small. I'm okay with that. Me too. Divided by 18 that's small.
Like 3 inches? Wait.
Yeah. 75 high. Yeah.
What does she have it stitched on? What
She
is
has it on, I think, 36 country mocha.
Oh,
36 count country mocha.
I have that in stock. Okay, I think I might be emailing Paulette and just confirming it's okay that I do some kits for her.
Yeah.
Her design there.
This one is fantastic. I will wait till you kit it, and I will buy the kit.
I'm a sheep person, you know.
Yeah.
I love sheep.
Yeah. If you end up kitting it, I'll give this one. We'll do this as a giveaway, and I'll get the kit from you.
Okay. All right. Well,
these are my dreams that I'm dying to start.
Yes.
This one I won't start because I want to finish the other one first. So
yeah,
Constellation first. Can't even
yes.
see it.
And we have to get the other. I mean, there's a couple other in the series. There's a suffrage one, right?
I'd like that one.
I mean, I want all 3 or 4 or whatever. I want them all.
Will I stitch them all? Those I'm not sure I would stitch them all. Just because I have so much to stitch. Like, one just enough, or 2. I don't know. But this one I'm dying to start. But the good thing is I can wait in case you kit it up, and I'll work on the kit that I already got from you because I'm dying to start that.
Yeah, just start that. Any other stitching?
No other stitching. All I have left is all my quilting stash.
Yes, I do have punch needle. So let me just briefly share with everyone. I am working on my second punch needle of all time. It is called Chickadees by Michelle Palmer, and it's in the latest issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, which I do have 1 or 2 copies of these left in the shop. Thank you to everyone who's purchased them. And the summer one, I just got the email saying it's going to be coming out, and you know, that kind of thing.
I'm on automatic shipment for that one, please.
Yes. I don't think I have that, but okay, so this is the back. I started, and how she has you do it is you use the small needle, but they don't say what setting. So I did setting 2. Did we do 2 for the sheep?
I have not even gone near my punch needle. It's killing me.
She talks about using the Ultra Punch, but she doesn't say what number to put it on. So I just did 2, and she has you doing 3 strands around each flower, and then the rest of it is on a medium-sized needle using all 6. So that's the back.
How do you feel about changing the needle over and over again?
Well, I don't have, I mean, now it's all the medium size, so I won't change it. Yeah, the rest of everything else is medium using 6 strands, but look at how red
they look wonderful.
I think once I start punching around it, I don't know, punch needle to me, it looks crazy before it starts to look good.
Absolutely, and I think you have to go with it. Like, it looks messy sometimes, like that first row or first, you have to be patient with punch needle.
Yeah, because I feel like all the colors are going to smush together now and make it not look so pink.
And it's going to define it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, yeah, I'm having fun with it. And I love using the medium size, and I've got my punch needle. I have my skein of DMC, and I'm pulling from the number end. So I'm just pulling out what I need, and I just keep punching. I mean, it's...
Oh, that's the most efficient way.
Yeah, it works really well. So.
I love it.
That's been fun. I love punch needling. I think it's just so fun because it's fast, and I like what they look like in the end.
I really enjoy it. I just haven't done it.
Yeah. All right.
Spinning. Dying to spin. Dying.
I tell you, do you see that box right here?
Yeah.
That's the latest version of the electric eel wheel. I have not even pulled it out and spun and tried.
I have the original, so that one's bigger. I wanted that one. My goal was to get that one and pass the little one down to Chels, so because I think she would love spinning. I know, and then I have my wheel, which I love, but I also want like a big wooden electric spinner.
I want an Ashford Jumbo e-spinner. We have to sell.
Let's not even talk about it. It's just going to make us, we're going to have to be like, Dave, Brian. Not that we have to do that at all. We both are working women. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, exactly. So quilting, should we jump to quilting?
Yes, because I haven't done anything, but I'm collecting. And the box that you sent me was to die for.
Wasn't that fun with
Oh
all
my-
those little gizmos? And
Well, okay, so let's talk about it. First of all, let me show. We showed it really quick on the featherweight video, but I got, you know what though? I can't start. I need mediums. I need gingham.
oh yeah, you do. In her last episode, she talks, oh, that helped me so much.
Me too, but now I'm like, shoot, because this
Aren't some of those medium? Like take the red apart. Aren't some of
they're
those?
not. They're really, really not. They're all dark.
Okay. Well, that's good. You
There's
can't
a lot
start
of
everything.
blonde. I wonder what that's for. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go to my local, which isn't local. It's kind of far, but it's a nice drive, and I should just do it. I get very intimidated walking into a quilting shop because I just still have that minuscule queue in front of it. But
what we're talking about is the red sampler quilt that Lori Holt is doing on her blog right now, and it's all red and whites. She's got a nice scrappy version of hers going. Sue bought the Fat Quarter Shop bundles, which are
and
awesome.
I broke down.
Yes, I don't have that one.
I need the Christmas one still.
Yeah, that one I can't wait. You got that one too? I have that one. That one and the Christmas one.
Quilt number 1.
Yes.
My nice clean office is gonna be not. This all goes in my quilting room, which I'm transferring my dining room into a quilting room, but we have a little setback because the girls are coming next weekend, Chelsea and Justin and the girls.
Oh, yay.
So I know I cannot wait. We have a shower to go to, which I cannot wait. But I'm thinking I really shouldn't get all set up because they're coming and we need that table for them. Like I buy vinyl tablecloths and put them down so they can just have a ball and not worry. And that's going to hold me up a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay.
Oh, I think Lily's going to love your featherweight.
I know. I'm thinking I'm going to have to put it up on one of the things, but the moral of it all is my dining room is transforming beautifully. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. And you know what? My house is really a needleworker's paradise. I have a yarn sitting room. Now I have my dining room, quilting room. Then I have my dye studio. Really, I've taken over the entire house.
It's a retreat home.
It's a retreat home. It's a retreat home. So again, let's talk about it. Celebrations of Needlework in New Hampshire, Nashua, New Hampshire is this weekend. I don't think I'm going to get there, and it makes me so mad because it's like a 2-hour drive, maybe 2.5. I used to teach there for years. I think I started with them, or when they started, I was one of the original teachers, and I taught there for years, and I loved it because it was pretty local. One of the times I actually had to drive up and drive back because Chelsea was in this school camp that I had to go for the final night, and it was so much fun. It was so worth it. But that's happening this weekend, darn it.
Yeah, I see. I've never heard of any of these.
The box from Rachel, this box was like heaven. I don't know what to do with any of this or where it's used.
That's going to be our, you know that one.
Yeah.
That's our interfacing.
For
the flowers, for our Flea Market Flowers.
Yeah, so this is for a Flea Market flower quilt, which I bought the kit. And then Rachel procured all of the extras for me.
Aren't they more sturdy than you thought they'd be? I thought they were just going to be like plastic.
No, I was envisioning this, I think.
When I saw the price, I knew it had to be more than just thin pieces.
But I feel like we can be so creative with these once we become quilters with a capital Q.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So then this one, which is for the flowers, I'm trying.
Yeah, ingenious. It's for the petals, and it's all, what's that called? In a circle. Oh, there's a term for. Here we go again.
The blind leading the blind here. You guys, this is going to be such an. And then this.
Oh, the circles for the insides. I know.
And this.
4 different sizes. The trim, the rickrack.
These just baffle me. Literally, I'm like, yeah, these look great.
Oh, I know what you're going to pull up. Yeah. Oh, this is going to make our stems. Bias
stems.
figures. Yeah.
And I know I'm going to be able to do it all. I'm not afraid I'm not going to be able to do it all.
No.
It's just like I get overwhelmed when I look at all the pieces. And then
Lori makes it look so easy on
she
her
does. And
videos.
I honestly think it's going to be manageable once we sit down. It's the getting my body to sit down and not be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And then the glue, which I had gotten some of this for myself too when I saw it because I wasn't sure.
Suit
I know
glue.
I'm going to need it all.
It's expensive glue.
I remember that. Where did I get mine? I think I threw it on a Fat Quarter Shop order that I was ordering, but I know I'm going to be able to use it.
And Lori calls it Sue glue because it's Sue Daly.
Sue glue. Sue Daly is big in the paper piecing world.
Yes.
I feel like her and Tula are like there. Sorry, we're turning this into a quilt show, but it has to be this time around.
It's all needle and thread. That's what we said in the beginning, you know. We go down these rabbit holes.
And
it's going to be so exciting.
Like part of me goes, oh, Sue, just do what you do and don't. But I feel it's so important to continue to exercise your brain and try new things. Like I know the day will come, like I'm hoping when I'm 95 that I'm not going to be willing or able or desire to do that. But as long as I am, I think it's so important to keep our brains.
I am a lifelong learner as long as I can.
I agree.
And honestly, the things that I'm really interested in, I almost treat them like a master's class. And
I mean, featherweight information that you gathered.
I love studying. I mean, I've always loved being a student, so this is nothing new for me. But
yeah,
I know I'm really excited about Flea Market Flowers and just sitting down. I think she recommends that you cut everything. I read through, and it makes sense. She's got a diagram. It shows what fabric and it shows what pieces and what alphabet, what letter square they belong to. So I'm thinking there's got to be a way that we organize ourselves, if it's like Ziploc bags or.
I agree.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to sit down and start cutting. She says cut everything first, except for the that whole background fabric.
Right. We have that fabric. We got that.
Oh yeah, it's in the kit.
Okay. We have the kits.
Yeah, it's in the. Oh God, I'm so excited.
So
that's Flea Market Flowers, and I started on Mother's Day just getting organized, reading through the instructions, watching her vlog, and reading her blog. Week 1. So I know my next step is, if I've got a good couple of hours, I want to come up to my office here and just start cutting.
Okay. All right, I'm going to try to do the same. I've got to start. I play her videos on loop a lot of times when I'm working, because that's how I learned how to English paper piece, because it was so foreign to me. Yeah. And it's so basic, simple, but before you start, it was very confusing to me. Like, what does that do? And what does that do? And there's nothing hard about English paper piecing. And I'm actually dying to get back to that quilt. Dying, because it's just hand stitching, which I enjoy so much.
Yeah. I really like that grandmother's garden quilt. I'm going to put a picture of it here. It's that basic one with just the hexies and a flower, and it's each square has a different, just scrappy.
Yeah.
Just all the flowers. I'm thinking I might just enjoy that. I'm noticing that fabric lines are now coming out with hexies already made as a pre-cut.
As pre-cut.
Yeah, you can buy, I forget who it is, if it's Bonnie and Camille or one of the fabric lines. I found a local quilt shop that I love around here. Can you believe it? I plugged in Google and I just said long arm quilter for my quilt.
Yes.
And up came this Savasana quilts in this area that I'm so familiar with. And I had no idea there was a little quilt shop tucked in there. It's really small, but it's packed full of Moda, Tula Pink, a little bit of Lori Holt, not a lot of AGF. That's the, I can't remember what it stands for, but it's a very popular line, which I ended up getting some fabric for a different quilt. I was so happy though, and they have a long armor that they work with, and I got the paperwork, and I'm going to drop off everything soon.
Well, my local to me is probably 45 minutes away but it's a great drive. It's in a great area. And they also rent out time on long arms.
Wish we had one of those.
I know. They have a whole, I was there years ago, and I believe, because I looked them up online today, because I need to get my medium red, my red ginghams. So I think I've got to figure out a time when I can get out there.
You know what's fun is Nicole from Nicole's Needlework is
She
all
becomes
into.
a quilter.
I know. I said, oh boy.
Funny.
And she made a beautiful simple quilt using French General, I think. It's called the Layers of Charm quilt pattern. And I loved it because it really shows off your fabric. If there's a fabric line that you absolutely love. So I thought, you know what? I want to get a quilt in progress for Alex. Since he's graduating from high school next year, this gives me a whole year. The kid needs new bedding. And so I ended up at the new quilt shop. For this one, you just use a layer cake. And this layer cake is called, it's by Moda.
One layer cake?
What's that?
Just one layer cake?
One layer cake.
Oh, I need to make this.
36 10-inch squares and one charm pack. And I didn't find a charm pack that matched that I love.
Is the charm pack the smaller squares?
Yes, 5-inch. But I mean, look at these awesome. It's just Alex. He's outdoorsy. I might not do the birds, but it's just got, I love that plaid. It's a beautiful collection. And he's a sailor. So we've got sailboats. I just thought it was such a beautiful collection. So he's getting that quilt. And then so that's the big squares. Ooh.
Isn't that a free pattern?
Actually, it is a free pattern.
I thought it was a free pattern.
And then I got these two colors to make the 5-inch charm pack squares that go in the centers.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and what's cool about, isn't that pretty?
Oh, are you going to use your featherweight for that?
I don't know. We'll see. Because I got to use my new sewing machine too. But then the series also has a panel with some Midwest lake. I don't know, maybe all the states around the Great Lakes, but it's got panels with my state.
That is gorgeous.
For maybe pillows or.
Oh,
isn't that cool?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So cool.
I know. So that's what I really wanted to get something at that new quilt shop and kind of, you know.
Don't you love to follow the ripple effect and how we notice it, right? It's like that when you were saying that woman got a featherweight. It's like, I feel like the featherweight phase is here, you know,
yes.
Quilting phase is here. But it doesn't mean, like for me, it's like you can only stitch you can only quilt at certain times because you need all your stuff, right?
Yeah.
You need it all out. Where stitching is always, you can do it anywhere, anytime. So it's like one doesn't ever replace the other. It's just a bonus.
Exactly.
It's like a little bonus.
And there's always people, like, I feel like everybody's joining the quilting bandwagon and the featherweight. No, we're joining. It's just always there.
Right.
But we're finding the tribe.
That's it. And I think we're noticing because we're hyper aware of it because it's it's just like when you buy the orange car, no one has an orange car, and all of a sudden everyone in the world has an orange car. No, you're just noticing now. It's like
exactly like if I think about when I first started listening to knitting blogs, the Knit More girls were one of the few.
We're actually on a panel with them this weekend.
I know, that's so
crazy?
funny. But what's her name? The daughter.
Jasmine
wanted a featherweight, and this was like 6-7 years ago, I swear. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the heck is that? You know,
yeah.
I didn't care about listening about her featherweight. That's why people skip through the featherweight stuff if that's not your thing.
Skip through. But
I mean, that was years ago when she was all into the featherweight. And, yeah.
Yeah. I know. It is so funny, I think. Very funny.
So I'm doing this free quilt. And then, gosh, I swear there was another. Oh, I absolutely loved this free quilt block pattern. Road to Oklahoma. It's a vintage quilt.
Oh.
And Fat Quarter Shop has a video tutorial on how to make it. And it's 2 different blocks put together. But I just love
I do too.
Yeah. It looks so complicated. It's not. You just have to really focus when you're sewing your squares together.
Quilting is not complicated. The minute like you start and you can look at a pattern and break it down and see how the blocks were formed, because they're always blocks, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me, I act like I know what I'm doing. I probably know more about the design element of quilting than actually quilting. But I can see in a minute, like, oh, no, break it down to that square and that square and that square. And it's when you put them all together.
Yeah, the magic happens.
Gosh, all I want to do is quilt right now.
I know. I really want to sit down with my Flea Market Flowers, but I want to stitch too.
I do
really
too.
feel like stitching this weekend.
I do too. I have to get the house ready because everyone's coming home. Not that I have to do anything, but kind of do. Like they're little ones coming. I've got to be prepared for them.
Yeah.
Got to go buy them things to do.
I got to go to the grocery store today. I am going to go. I'm not going to order. I'm going to actually go today.
I have to, I do not. I'm so over cooking and food for everyday life. I'm so over it. Dinners here have gotten to be like, let's just warm that up. It's so bad.
We're in a strange season right now with volleyball. The practices are from 6 to 8. But then, they get home at 3:30. One does. He's starving. We can't eat together very well. So all my meals have to be made by 4 for the volleyball player, 4:30, but held till 7 or 8 when the hubby can get home. And
it's all about, for me, those stages were all about crock pots.
Yeah, it's Instant Pot for me.
Yeah, it's all about the crock pot. I would always have like a giant crock pot of sausage and meatballs and always, or sandwiches. And I remember those days and they were so hard, but so fun.
You got to just
go with it.
It's not the end of the world if you have a bad dinner. And then you have to have dinner too when the volleyball player gets home at 8:30 because he's starving. Problem. It's like he eats breakfast 1, breakfast 2. Oh, and then the days they're home from school, every Wednesday it's online. So at 12:30 they're like, lunch lady. We usually just come to a counter and we get food handed to us.
I know my catering skills came in real handy at those ages because I always had food, and that's what I have to do. Like when the kids come home next weekend, I have all the food prepared.
Yes,
all the food, so there's no cooking going on. It's just like everything's in the fridge. Like this is what we can have today, and that's left over. And I do love the process of doing it all. It's like how I'm made. I just have to make the lists of what needs to get done and then figure out work in between. And it's all good. It's nothing to complain about.
So if anybody has any good recipes that would work well for me, let me know, like crock pot, Instant Pot.
Are you a panini maker?
We do have a panini maker. That does elevate the sandwich.
So I would have them all made in the fridge and just have to be put into the press.
Ooh.
That would be one of my
What's your favorite sandwich?
Roast beef, Swiss cheese, and horseradish sauce.
Ooh,
to
my family
die for.
Maybe I should get some roast beef at the grocery store.
Yeah, to die for.
Yeah.
Then I was a pizza maker. That was one of my top skills. Feeding people is one of my top skills.
Yeah. It just takes so much time and effort, but I feel so good when it's all prepared and everybody's happy.
Yep. It's all the prep beforehand that matters.
Yeah, it is. Thinking, planning.
On Sundays, I would make most of the meals for the week.
Yeah.
That was my strategy always. Anyways.
Okay, we digress as usual.
We do digress. It's okay.
This is great. I think we've reached the end again.
No, and I feel like I've got all of my thoughts for going forward for the next 2 weeks of what I want to get done. Yeah. I do get frustrated doing this, and I know people are like, it's okay. But when you really your goal is to work on one project and get it done, you feel like you don't have a lot to bring to the table.
Right. Yeah.
But at the same time, it also is motivating because I can get demotivated by too many started projects being shown.
Exactly.
So I feel like it's finding that balance.
Yes. And part of me finding the balance is getting rid of this. So it's a giveaway, fresh cut. If you're interested in getting all the contents, just down below, I'll do right before next episode in a couple of weeks, I'll do a random generator drawing.
Yeah, I love it.
So take that off my
All right,
hands.
my friend.
Well, thanks you.
Gotta get on with our day. I have a yarn update at noon. No, 1 that I have to be ready for.
Yes, yes, yes. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you everyone for your wonderful comments down below. So much fun reading them all. And
Go buy your featherweights if you can.
yeah.
If you really, really want one and you can make it happen, make it happen.
Yeah, it is like a quality machine. I was reading too, like you really can't go wrong. Featherweights can all be fixed. The materials are all out there. It's not like this rare machine. And our friend is the Featherweight shop online. I guess they've got everything you could possibly need to maintain.
I've been watching their videos. I've really got to get back to it. This week I didn't get a lot of watching in, but I was watching. Very young girl does the videos. I think it's the owner's daughter, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
The tutorials.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a family business.
It is.
So
it's amazing.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Friends.
Join us in all our endeavors, and we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back in a couple of weeks. We hope you have a great stitching week.
Yes.
Bye.
Goodbye.